for this channel. Okay, I don't know if that was on or not. Welcome to All Things Atlanta Sports, where I'm going to talk about the current events about at our Atlanta sports teams, man. It's all Atlanta all the time. And right now, I do not have an audience, but I will, because I suspect it's a lot of y'all been looking for a new channel, and here you have found it. The new channel, All Things Atlanta Sports. So I appreciate the sub, appreciate the likes, the shares, the comments. We're going to talk all things Atlanta. All right, so we're going to start off with Atlanta United FC, our soccer team. 2018 MLS Cup champions. They won the CONCACAF. I think they won 3 different types of championships that year. But currently, they are in the playoffs and they are fighting for either the 5th, 6th, or 7th position in the Eastern playoff race. So their last victory or last game, they tied 1-1. So that pretty much took them out of the race for being able to get a number 4 top seed. So hopefully that Atlanta United FC can get in the playoffs and go ahead on and take us to the promised land. We don't have Joseph Martinez anymore. A couple of more players are not on the team, so it's not that quite that same team. But hey, anything happens when the playoff race starts. Yes, it does. We're going to talk about Atlanta Hawks now. Them Atlanta Hawks. They didn't make any moves in the offseason. I mean, none. They ain't make no moves in the offseason. They didn't. They traded away John Collins, who was an average player, a double-double machine. I mean, he averaged 12 and 9 or 10 or something like that. But anyway, he's gone. So the team did not upgrade in any kind of way. So they're going to try to run it back with our new head coach, Quinn Snyder. Came on a little late in the season last year. They are starting tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They will have 5 preseason games, 3 at home. The first 3 at home, 2 all away. So we're going to see with them Atlanta Hawks. If you're just tapping in, please help the channel grow. It's a brand new channel. We're going to be talking about Atlanta sports. And hey, I'm going to just go ahead on and talk to myself until I get a following. So go ahead on and please hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and share it out to people that's Atlanta Atlanta fanatics such as I am. All right, if it's outside of Georgia, we don't care about it, Yeah, so that's what the deal is with the Atlanta Hawks. Now we're going to talk about these Falcons. Oh, these Falcons. They had a very, very big offseason where they came from up under them big, gigantic contracts of Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. They was able to spend a lot of money on the defense. And through 5 games, the defense is like top 7, 6, somewhere in there. So it's the first time we didn't have a defense in a very, very long time. Very long time. So defense is looking good. That offense is it's so. It's sputtering. But we got brand new cast on here. We got brand new quarterback. Still trying to see if the jury's still out on whether or not he's going to be a long-term franchise quarterback. We done had some ups and downs. He came in. He understood the assignment for game 1, and that's to beat the division rivals. He understood the assignment because we beat the Carolina Panthers by 14. So we love to see that. I was at that game. I was in attendance of that game, and the crowd was pretty turned up. The next game we played was the Green Bay Packers. We love to destroy the Green Bay Packers. Just to be able to come back and snatch the victory away from the Green Bay Packers was very, very gratifying. We won that game by 1. Then we hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more. We went on the road and we got smoked by the Lions. And then go all the way to London and get smoked again. So the jury's still out on Desmond Ridder. We don't know. We've been giving him straight, unadulterated hell in this city for the last 2 weeks, because games 3 and 4 came to a total of 13 points. We can't do that. Not when you have the caliber of talent such as Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts. We had a 1,000-yard rusher last year in Tyler Algier. You know, we still got Cordero Patterson. Then you bring in Mac Hollins. You paying Matthews. You spending some big money. That's where most of the money is going to the offensive line. That's where most of the money is allocated as of right now, the offensive line. And they, are not blocking. We don't know if they're not blocking or is Desmond Ridder not the dude. Because I've been saying all season, based on the moves that was made in the offseason, I've been saying it the whole offseason, only Desmond Ridder can mess this up because he got a lot of weapons. As we can see through week 5, Bijan Robinson is something serious. He is a young force to be reckoned with. And he's going to be a problem, at least for the foreseeable future, for other teams. So we like that. So Drake London, he's a beast, but he needs the ball in his hands, and only Desmond Ridder can deliver that ball. Now, fast forward to game 5, back at home, back at the house, back at the Benz, and they showed and played like they were supposed to at home, as Desmond Ridder remains undefeated inside the Benz at home, rather. And he's undefeated in his last so far his whole college career and his NFL career. He is 100% undefeated. And hey, he looked good. He looked good. Desmond Ridder, I know for a fact, is a person that is on social media. He is on social media. And them 2 weeks that we scored 13 points total, he heard the city. Oh, we was dragging them, including myself. We was dragging them on social media. Desmond Ridder seen and heard that. Nah, he had a choice. He could have either let it get to him and start feeling sorry for himself and come out playing like a total bum, or do what he did, and that's come out and respond. And against C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans, Desmond Ridder had a QB rating of over, I think, 111 or something like that. He threw for 300 some odd yards, maybe 319. He had a lot of rushing. He had a few rushing yards. He had 1 touchdown rushing. He threw a dramatic touchdown pass to Bijan Robinson. I mean, look, we done seen a couple of no-look passes, but that's the first time in history that I've seen a no-look catch where the receiver is not even looking at the ball when he catches it. It was a crazy, crazy catch for sure. And Desmond Ritter did not throw a sack, did not throw an interception. He didn't get sacked, not once. He looked pretty good. The game was solely on his shoulders, and he carried the team, albeit it is the Houston Texans, but they seem to have a up and coming rising star at QB in Houston. So it was a good win for sure. Houston came down, and hey, they scored with a minute and some change left. Desmond Ritter went right back down the field, got us in field goal range, and kicked a game-winning field goal with no time on the clock. That's what we want to see in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Matt Ryan is a icon in this city, and a lot of people, this city never did fully get behind Matt Ryan, even though he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He always used what he had to work with. A lot of people will say, oh, Matt Ryan had Julio Jones. He didn't have Julio Jones his entire career. Matt Ryan was in the league probably about 3 or 4 years before Julio came along. Before that, it was Roddy White. It was Tony Gonzalez. I mean, Matt, for all of the accolades that he's done for this city, I used to say all the time, man, this city will miss Matt Ryan after he's gone. This city did not realize and understand what great quarterback play was. Matt Ryan was just about the fastest to every category, in the first 12 seasons, whatever the yardage that he had, he was the fastest one there. And he just was he was a baller, man. And he was one of the ones that if he fell down, he got back up. Matt was always getting hit and always got back up, except for one time. I think it was his second season in. There was 9-7 or something. He had caught a foot injury. And he missed 2 games, came back and won the last 3 games of the season. I think we went 9-7, but we still missed the playoffs because of a tiebreaker. But Matt Ryan has been a stud in this city. He come in and was the rookie of the year. I mean, when everybody was doing their job, he led the team to the Super Bowl. He had the highest QB rating still to this day in Super Bowl history. A lot of people want to blame Matt Ryan for losing the Super Bowl. He did not lose the Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan with the bad calls lost the Super Bowl. Devontae Freeman with the missed block lost the Super Bowl. Dan Quinn allowing Kyle Shanahan to throw 3 consecutive passes is what lost the game. Matt was just doing what he was told to do. So I said that to say this. This city has had a stud at QB for a very long time with a lot of ups and downs. So I used to always say, we're going to miss Matt Ryan when he's gone. He is gone. I think this is it for Matt, barring some type of injury to, certain players on particular teams. I think this is it for Matt Ryan. So just got to enjoy the commentary on CBS. But Desmond Ritter has hard shoes, big shoes to fill when it comes to Matt Ryan. So this city will stand behind Desmond Ritter if he plays like he played versus Houston. If he shows gunslinger mentality like he did against Green Bay, where he had to come from behind on that game. Desmond Ritter, if he wants to win this city, he got to win football games, because people in this city we starving for a Super Bowl. I'm sitting here and I hate how New Orleans Saints fans always bring up that one stinking Super Bowl that they cheated for. They cheated to get that Super Bowl. We all know that. Mighty funny they ain't been back since, but we don't have any. So they get to hold that over our head. The New England meltdown they get to hold that over our head until we get one ring. So if Desmond Ridder is that guy, he need to show up and show out because he definitely has all of the weapons. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Cordero Patterson, Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, Cordero Hodge. I mean, Scotty Miller. It's a whole lot of weapons to go with that nasty defense that we got. Now, we're not getting the sacks like we should. We're not getting the interceptions like we should, except for Jesse Bates the third. Major monster in that back end on that defense, man. We need great quarterback play. You cannot squander great defense, Desmond Ridder. So you need to get it in your head. And I think he did. He saved tuned social media out. Trust me, he is paying attention, and he could have bitched up and folded up against Houston, but he didn't. So continue is the NFL stands for not for long. What have you done for me lately? So Desmond Ridder, this city will get behind you if you continue winning games like you're winning. Turning the page to the Atlanta Braves on the chase for another World Series win. Hey, this year they broke all kind of records, right? You got Matt Olson with all the home runs. You got Ronald Acuna for life with the only 40-70 guy in the history of anything. All right, you got his name escapes me. You got so many 40 home run hitters, man. Now they lit the city down when they lost game 1 against Philadelphia in the playoffs. But man, did you see the comeback in game 2? Boy, that was a whole momentum shift, and that probably saved the season. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man, how our pitching is, if we had to beat Philadelphia 3 times in a row, it wasn't gonna happen if we would have lost that game on last night. Couldn't lose that game, and they didn't. And I believe that the momentum switch just shifted towards Atlanta. They should catch fire from this point. But everybody's worrying about the pitching staff. Philadelphia is a good team. They are a very, very good team. You cannot overlook them because they are a wild card. However, it would be a catastrophic, utter meltdown of utter proportions if they lose against Philadelphia, because if anybody remember, we celebrated clinching home field advantage in the NL at Philadelphia. It is going to be so catastrophic. It's going to be on 28-3 proportions if the Atlanta Braves do not close out against Philadelphia. Okay. All of these records that they set this year, nobody is going to remember those records if they do not win the World Series. The World Series is a must win. Got to win the World Series. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Okay. So we pulling for the Braves. And now we're going to tap into the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, a lot of people like to say, hey, they not in Atlanta. They in Athens. Hey, let me tell you something. The Georgia Bulldogs represent the state of Georgia. Just like when the World Series Braves go out there and win a championship, it represents the state of Georgia. So we running with the Bulldogs. We love the Bulldogs around here. They are 5-0. And I'm not going to even lie to you. They've been playing so suspect all year that you kind of thought that it was going to be close against a ranked team, undefeated team like Kentucky. And the Bulldogs got in there and do what the Bulldogs have been doing for the last 2 years, and that is busting down the competition. So we love it. We love it, man. Georgia Bulldogs, let's do something that's never been done before. Let's go for this three-peat. I fully expect for the Bulldogs to three-peat. So Georgia Bulldogs, let's go. Here's some information. Let's go, dogs. All right. And last but not least, first, well, I won't say that. We're gonna say the Atlanta Dream. They let us down in the playoffs, so there's nothing too much to say about them. Turn the page to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Hey, Georgia Tech, they got a new coach, they got a new scheme, they got a new system. They played number 17 Miami, and the game was pretty much won by Miami. However, the coach made a coaching blunder. And needless to say, Georgia Tech took advantage, as you should take advantage of bad coaching mistakes, and they won the game, beating number 17 Miami Hurricanes. That was a fabulous win. But that is it for Atlanta Sports. All things Atlanta Sports, brand new channel. Whenever you get to look at this video, please like, comment, subscribe. We trying to build something in the ATL, and it starts with you. So I appreciate whatever you got to comment on this page. Also, you can go hit my other page up, XconMedia. You can find me on all social media websites at XconMedia. I appreciate you for tuning in. The more you like, the more you subscribe, the more content we're going to keep coming in. The channel can grow, but I need you to do it. So I'm going to do my part. I'm going to put the content out, and you just come on through and make it big. Thank you for tuning in.